Player 2 has entered the game.
Hello, Deadsiders! Building a base can actually be complicated if you don't understand this game's mechanics, which from the get-go, many of you may not. So use this quick guide before you play to already have it down and to gain some extra tips to get it done faster when you finally join a server. Firstly, you can't just place a base anywhere. In fact, it was actually kind of frustrating in the beginning to even find a spot to put my base. Bases cannot be placed even remotely close to green zones, the safe areas, cities, small towns, roads, or other players' bases. And when I say remotely close, I mean literally I had to almost travel 500 meters away from anything before I was able to drop my base stake down and get started. Now this may not be the case for everybody, but it was when I was playing. So if you're having trouble with placement, that may be why. And if you're playing Deadside and could use tips, guides, and maybe a little entertainment, consider subscribing, especially during the initial release of the game. There'll be plenty of Deadside content uploaded to help you get ahead in the game. But next, we're going to need the applicable tools. You'll need a hammer, a saw, an axe, and loads of nails, depending on how much you want to build. If you don't already have these items, you can head to a trader at your closest green zone to pick them up. But you'll definitely need a ton of cash to afford everything. Next, you should pick your location. I won't get into that on this video, but let me know if you'd like to see a video talking about the best base locations in the poll on your screen now. For the next steps, you're going to need to obtain some materials. First, go chop some wood, lumberjack time. Quick tip, make sure your inventory has at least one space available to place the wood, otherwise you'll chop and chop without creating any wood logs. And you can literally just swing an axe at the tree and you'll notice a little wood marker at the bottom of your screen showing you how much wood each chop provides. And this part is the most time-consuming activity you will literally exercise in Deadside. To get the amount of wood I needed, plus crafting the wood into usable pieces, took well over an hour. So set aside a decent amount of time as well as space from other players to get this done properly. Once you have your first set of wood logs, head to your crafting menu in the tab of your inventory, click on materials and make 4 wood planks. Now, using nails, your hammer, and your saw, make sure they're in your inventory at least, click on the base tab and craft a land claim. Now, back to what I told you in the beginning, you will need to be far from basically anything resembling civilization, good lord, to place this land claim. When you get it to turn green, press F to drop it down. Now we can start making the base. Also, if you'll notice in the top left of your screen, you can turn it in all sorts of different ways by pressing different keys. And this part has to be followed in order, otherwise you won't be able to build certain parts of the base. First, you have to build a scaffold. Start with the basic one first, that way we can just lay the groundwork. So you're going to need to craft some wood planks from wood logs, just like before, but this time, craft those wood planks into beams. You'll need 8 beams and 4 wood planks to build just one scaffold. So you may now start to see the time-consuming aspect of this. And in this video, I just want you to grasp the basics so we don't need to build a complex fortress or anything, just a small and simple base to start with. But now that we have our foundation, we need a floor. For that, we build a deck. For this, you'll need not only the wood planks, but also plywood, which just like the wooden beams, you can craft using wood planks. So, round 2 of Lumberjack Simulator. Go get more wood, woo! Once you have the necessary amount, craft and place the deck over the scaffold. Now, generally after this step in games with buildable forts, you can now place the walls. But you will notice your walls cannot be placed on this first level of your base. This is because they expect you to create yet another scaffold to place over the first, like so. Once you've done that, you may then place the walls, ones with doors, even ones with windows if you want to keep an eye on your property. The very next thing you should do is apply the main use to building a base. Build your storage container. Now, if you have the materials for it, which include sheet metal, you can craft the bigger storage box under the base tab. Otherwise, you can do what I did and build the container under the containers tab that does literally the same thing but only needs wood planks. So it's a lot faster and easier, which by now you should have an abundance of. Now, from here, you can add secondary and even tertiary levels as well as guard towers and a fence to keep the enemies at bay. And if you like this type of Deadside guide, consider subscribing, or if you're still not convinced, check out another Deadside video coming up right now.